We've all found ourselves in conversation and situations that left us feeling attacked. It may have been a situation where we just didn't know how to respond. Handling these situations can be challenging, but there are several effective strategies you can use to manage the situation. Today, we're going to go over some of these strategies when dealing with difficult people. This is meant to be informative and not advice. It is important to recognize what tactics are most appropriate for different situations in your life. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can continue to bring you more psychological relationship videos in the future. Inappropriate questions aimed to get a rise out of you. You will frequently see this behavior with the passive-aggressive people. They seem to have a way of shifting a conversation to inappropriate questions or statements that are meant to get a rise out of you. When this occurs, hold steady eye contact with the person. Because the passive-aggressive person doesn't typically have the courage to stand up to you in a more aggressive way, you will see them become uncomfortable. Signs to watch for when observing these shifts will be for the person to have deteriorating eye contact, and they may present with fidgeting or frequent movements. The best first step with these individuals is to maintain eye contact and a relaxed posture. If you are dealing with a more courageous person, the passive-aggressive questions may turn into a more aggressive approach to get a rise out of you. This may be seen by the person continuing to ask questions that are inappropriate to the conversation. If this occurs, it is important to self-reflect and give the other person the benefit of the doubt. Understand that you may have misinterpreted the conversation. In this situation, you can take a few different approaches depending on the situation. You can answer the question at face value. You can state what you heard in the question and tell them your interpretation of the question, followed by a clarifying statement to get their view on your interpretation. This is an excellent tactic for building relationships. In a conversation, it may look like, while we were in the middle of a project discussion for work, you asked me what I did over the weekend and asked me if I visited any nice cities. I felt that the shift of questions was inappropriate to our work relationship and was meant to show your disapproval of something in my personal life. I understand that my interpretation may be wrong, so I would like to discuss this further with you before pivoting back to our project discussion. What are your thoughts? This tactic allows you to express exactly how the person's line of questioning made you feel while seeking out the real issue at hand. In addition, it points out the inappropriateness of the questions. If inappropriate behavior persists even after discussion, it is essential to maintain a calm approach and self-awareness of how your body language and tone change throughout the discussion. There will be conversations that you have to dismiss yourself from in a professional way due to the other person's aggressive behavior. Basically, this is the time to walk away, because despite your effort, the conversation had already taken a turn for the worst, and the person is trying to get a rise out of you, and you do not have to take it. Stay calm and walk out after you have tried all of the tactics. Some of the more challenging conversations are those with people who twist our words in a conversation, causing us to lose our ability to remain calm or professional. When we find ourselves in these situations, we either go silent and fail to speak up, or we become aggressive, leading to regret and loss of respect from the other person. So let's discuss conversation tactics utilized to bully people into looking dumb. How you can best respond to these aggressive bullies in a way that allows you to end the conversation having earned more respect from the bully. Often, people do not realize what is happening before the conversation becomes aggressive. It is important to recognize this. Many people will often reveal the aggression through their tone of voice and the words they use. One thing to look out for are statements that begin with, "So you are saying." Although this statement is often used to ensure they understood your statement appropriately, it is also utilized as a common bullying tactic to trap you into disagreeing with their statement. They do this by mischaracterizing what you have actually stated. The goal of the tactic is to attack your response, as they may have pre-predicted or assumed what that response will be. The best way to respond to this is to just restate what you said in a calm manner. You can approach this by saying, "Actually, what I was saying," followed by your statement. Another tactic that has been used by bullies to mischaracterize someone is to use words that imply something about you without actually stating it. This tactic is likely occurring to you in conversation frequently without you being aware of it happening. An everyday example of this would be a salesperson who asks you if you would like extra features on an item that you are interested in. By asking you if you wanted to add features to the item, they were implying that you already decided to purchase the item. This example is easier to spot than most everyday examples. Spotting these hidden tactics is challenging. To better assist you in spotting these tactics, you should purposely maintain a relaxed posture. This will send signals to your brain letting you know that everything is all right. This will provide more clarity in your thinking and response. Pause before responding and then respond in a calm, relaxed tone. The last bully tactic I'm going to address is when the bully quickly makes multiple mischaracterized statements back to back without giving you the opportunity to respond to each of them. This is often coupled with the person raising their voice when attempts are made to address one of the mischaracterized statements. This tactic is very frustrating to most people because it removes the ability to have effective dialogue with the bully. The bully is embedding hidden statements that you disagree with and quickly navigating through them before you have the opportunity to disagree. Are you able to think of examples where someone bombards you with questions to overwhelm you into having to accept their points? When addressing this tactic in a conversation with a bully, the best approach is to gain some control by slowing the tempo of the conversation. You can do this by responding to one question at a time. Calmly request they repeat the additional statements or questions they spoke so you have the opportunity to address each mischaracterized statement. It is often difficult to remain interested in what the other person is trying to do when you feel attached or bullied. However, showing genuine interest in the views of the other person will be pivotal to leaving the conversation with more respect. Ask questions to ensure that you understand their views. This does not mean that you should ever let go of your views, and you should certainly never allow bullying tactics to control the outcome of a conversation. So let's recap the strategies discussed when you find yourself in an uncomfortable conversation with passive-aggressive people, and bullies. Never verbally attack them. This is especially difficult when they are using the above tactics on you. Address each observed tactic one at a time. Maintain a calm posture throughout the conversation. Take a pause before responding. Maintain eye contact. Be open to the idea that you are interpreting it wrong and answer the question at face value. If the behavior and questions continue, give a warning. This can be nearly saying, "I don't understand why this is being discussed, but," then you will want to continue on. Call out the behavior and questioning. This could be just downright asking, "What is going on here? What is your intent for these questions?" If the behavior continues, it is time to leave the situation. Take a pause before responding. Never verbally attack them. This is especially difficult when they are using the above tactics on you. Address each observed tactic one at a time. Maintain a calm posture throughout the conversation. Be genuinely interested in the views of the other person. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and hit like so we can bring you similar videos through my channel.